This is Chandler, and what he wants more than anything is to find love. But he's an anxious, insecure kind of guy who is deeply afraid of commitment.
I reject anyone who's crazy enough to actually go out with me, and then I bitch about the fact that there aren't any great women out there.
And this is Chandler's on-again, off-again girlfriend, Janice. She's kind of a lot.
I cut you out of all my pictures, so if you want, I have a bag with just your heads.
And she's less Chandler's girlfriend and more his booty call when he gets lonely. But like I said, Janice is kind of a lot to deal with, and Chandler can't commit. So Chandler always eventually freaks out and sabotages the relationship.
Okay, here we go. I don't think we should go out anymore.
So why do I think that these two are soulmates who belong together? Hi, I'm T1J.
Follow me.
And rest in peace, Matthew Perry. So if you're unaware, we are talking about a show called Friends. When the series begins, Chandler and Janice are dating. And Janice is a confident and smart woman, but she's also somewhat boisterous, you might say.
Monica and Rachel had syrup. Now I can get my man to cheer up.
I think the joke was supposed to be that Janice is super annoying, but Chandler is so desperate and horny that he tolerates it. Chandler's friends can barely stand Janice.
This is Janice. You remember Janice?
Yes, Joey, I remember. She's annoying, but you know what? She's his girlfriend now. I mean, what can we do?
From their perspective, she's loud, she has this annoying nasally voice and laugh. She has big poofy hair and she dresses in a very extravagant way with her platform heels and animal print dresses. I'm pretty sure the character was supposed to be a parody of Fran Drescher's character from The Nanny. Outside of that, she never really bothers anyone. But nevertheless, all of Chandler's friends really seem to dislike Janice, and they're always making fun of Chandler for going out with her in the first place.
Janice? You called Janice?
Yes, Janice. Why is that so difficult for you to comprehend?
You remember Janice, right?
And honestly, I think this is part of the reason that Chandler won't commit to Janice, because his friends give him so much crap about dating her. It's probably pretty embarrassing. So Chandler kind of has this cycle of calling Janice whenever he's desperate for romantic attention and then pushing her away as soon as things start to get a little too serious. And this has basically been the routine of their relationship for quite a while. But don't get me wrong, Janice is complicit in this situation. She gets upset for a little while whenever Chandler dumps her, but she's always there when Chandler calls. I think she genuinely loves him and is just waiting for him to get his act together. It gets to a point where Janice is no longer surprised or upset when Chandler breaks up with her, because she knows he's just gonna call her again in a few months.
You want me. You need me. You can't live without me. And you know it. You just don't know you know it.
And I guess she doesn't have anything else going on in her life until she does. So Chandler's the type of guy who kind of needs a wake-up call, like a little kick in the ass that makes him realize he needs to do better. And he pretty much gets just that. See, there's this grumpy old man who lives in the same building as Chandler, and he's just like this miserable hermit that nobody likes. Well, one day that guy suddenly dies, and while helping to clear out the old man's apartment, Chandler has a realization.
Wow, Heckles was voted class clown, and so was I. Whoa.
What?
Heckles played clarinet in band, and I played clarinet. Pictures of all the women that Heckles went out with. Look what he wrote on them. Vivian, too tall. Madge, big gums. Too loud. Too smart. Makes noise when she eats. This is me. This is what I do. I'm gonna end up alone, just like he did. You know what? I'm not gonna end up like this. I'll see you, man. Hi, it's me.
Can you guess who he's calling? I'll give you a hint. It's the only other name I've mentioned in the video.
You remember Janice, right?
Yes, she was smart, she was pretty, and she honestly cared about me.
Hello.
Oh my God.
Is it yours? Ha! You wish, Chandler Bing. You are looking at a married lady now.
Now, the timeline of Friends is a little confusing, but even with the most charitable interpretation, Janice got married and pregnant not that long after the last time she was with Chandler. Less than a year for sure. And she's visibly pregnant, which means the baby has most likely been cooking for several months. I think that's how pregnancy works. I'm not sure. I'm just saying there's a decent chance that's Chandler's baby. And Janice knows that there is no universe where Chandler can handle the pressure of being a father, so maybe she decided to spare him the stress. Hey, it's just a theory. Maybe she just felt ready to start a family and got sick of waiting on Chandler. Either way, Janice did seem to get married pretty quickly. I think she probably had an unexpected whirlwind romance with a more committed and more mature guy, and considered that maybe she could do better than Chandler. Meanwhile, Chandler's in kind of a rough spot now. He's just as lonely as he's always been, but now he doesn't even have his ride or die anymore. Chandler tries dating a few other people, but as you might imagine, he's really bad at it. He's pretty shallow and pathetic. But one thing has been true this whole time. Chandler still wants to find love. He doesn't know what to do with it when he has it, but he wants it nonetheless.
I'm hopeless and awkward and desperate for love.
Having struck out several times in the real world, Chandler decides to try his hand at online dating, which did exist in 1996, believe it or not.
What does she mean by HH?
It means we're holding hands.
Are you the cutest?
And it actually seems to go well, like really well. He meets someone online that really seems to get him.
What'd she look like?
Well, we haven't actually met. We just stayed up all night talking on the internet. Okay, I seriously like this girl. You know how sometimes I tend to get a little defended and quippy?
Get out.
No.
Well, she totally called me on it, okay? She said, cut it out, get real. And I did.
Oh, my.
What?
She wants to meet you in person.
So Chandler builds up the courage to finally meet his e-crush in person.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Hey look, it was Janice the whole time. What a twist. And suddenly, everything makes sense to Chandler. Of course it's Janice. She's the only one who ever understood him or stood by him, even at his lowest moments. And when they were talking online, there was no pressure, no friends making fun of him, so he had an opportunity to realize that he genuinely likes her. She's not just some annoying girl that he calls when he's lonely. The reason he always calls her is because she makes him happy, and he just never allowed himself to realize it until now. And Janice has separated from her husband. That's why she was dating online. And the universe brought these two back together. They rekindled their relationship. And this time, Chandler really wants to make it work. And for the first time in a while, maybe even the first time ever, Chandler and Janice have what seems to be a stable and loving relationship.
So when are you dumping her?
Nope. Not this time.
This is Janice.
Yeah, I know. She makes me happy.
They date for a good while. Janice even gets integrated into Chandler's friend group, much to their displeasure because remember, they don't like her. There's a whole episode about Chandler being upset because his best friend Joey can't stand Janice.
What do you want me to say?
I want you to say that you like her.
I can't. It's like this chemical thing, you know? Every time she starts laughing, I just want to pull my arm off just so I have something to throw at her.
And by the end, this is not really resolved. Chandler just has to deal with the fact that everybody hates his girlfriend. I keep mentioning this because it's actually a big deal and I think it comes into play later. There are a few really cool people who got to see this video a full day before you did. I'm speaking, of course, about Nebula subscribers who get to see all of my videos earlier than the YouTube subscribers. And sometimes you even get extended or uncensored versions when you watch on Nebula. Nebula, if you didn't know, is our independent creator-owned streaming platform where content creators like myself and many others you probably already love upload their videos days or even sometimes weeks before anyone sees them on YouTube. But that is literally just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Nebula. Like, you come for the early videos with no sponsors, no having to click the skip ad button, but you stay for all the game-changing original content that creators are making on Nebula. Like Abigail Thorne's stage play The Prince, which is about a couple of people who find themselves trapped in a Shakespeare universe.
I'm Portia. I'm Brutus's wife.
What kind of bottle is that?
Diet Coke.
So if you're from ancient Rome, how do you recognize Diet Coke?
What the fuck?
Or Jesse Gender's short film Identities. And I don't want to give too much away about that one, but it's about two people who wake up in an empty white room with no memory of their past, and like any good psychological thriller, it gets pretty weird. And this is really our vision for Nebula. We're enabling independent creative people to make thoughtful, high quality, original content. And the stuff that people are making on Nebula these days is crazy good. Like, it's truly some of the coolest stuff on the internet right now. If you're interested in seeing more like this, consider getting yourself a Nebula subscription. If you use my link, go.nebula.tv/T1J, I can get you 40% off a yearly subscription, which comes out to only $36 for a full year of high quality original content made not by billion-dollar corporate studios, but independent video creators, many of whom you probably already know and love. There is, of course, still the complication of Janice having a child and like a full husband. And one day, Joey catches Janice in a compromising position with said husband.
She wouldn't do that. She's with me.
I'm telling you, man, I saw it.
Yeah, well, you're wrong, okay? You're wrong.
I'm not wrong. I wish I was.
Maybe it's because I was just fooling around with my ex. Oh, no, that was you.
Oh, my God!
All right.
How did you know?
Do you still love him? Do you still love me? All right, look. I'm gonna need an actual answer here, okay?
I don't know.
As much as I would like to say that Janice did nothing wrong in this situation, cheating on your boyfriend is probably still bad, even if it's with your husband. That's a weird sentence.
I think you should go back with Gary. I don't want to be the guy that breaks up a family.
Admittedly, this scene kind of messes up my Chandler's baby theory, because if that was the case, this would be a very good time to tell him. It seems obvious to me that Janice loves Chandler more than her husband, but I understand wanting to give her family a chance to work it out together.
You're my soulmate. And I can't believe we're not going to be spending the rest of our lives together.
Then don't leave me.
What?
Forget what I said. I was babbling. Pick me.
I'm sorry.
Chandler has a hard time getting over Janice. Like, it's rough for a while. But, like I said, the universe wants Chandler and Janice together, and the universe will have its way.
Hello?
Hey.
Guess what we ran into today?
Turns out, Janice wasn't able to save her marriage.
I'm divorced.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm riding the alimony pony.
And she immediately wants to be with Chandler again because, like I said, I think she loved him the most to begin with. But something's different now.
I can't stand the woman.
What? I thought you were crazy about her.
I know, but you know all those little annoying things that she did before we fell in love? You know, like her voice and her laugh and her personality? Well, they're all back.
This never sat well with me. The last time he spoke to Janice, Chandler was literally begging her not to leave him. But now he can't stand to be around her. Nothing's changed about Janice. She's her same boisterous self. And I've talked about how all these people don't like her. They find her so annoying. But if you watch from an objective point of view, she's not really that bad at all. In fact, she's pretty cool. She's funny and clever.
Well, I gotta buy a vowel. Because, oh my God!
And extremely comfortable in her own skin. She's sweet and affectionate and really seems to have a big heart.
Bullwinkle socks. That's so sweet.
Well, I knew you had the Rockies, and so I figured, you know, you could wear Bullwinkle and Bullwinkle, or you could wear Rocky and Rocky, or you can mix and match. Moose and squirrel.
I think the friends were being haters, and there's probably some social critique in here somewhere about how women sometimes draw negative reactions just because they're confident in themselves. And remember, Chandler is easily influenced by his friends. I think hearing his friends talk trash about Janice for so long has ultimately convinced him that he should hate Janice as well.
I just think this is happening too soon.
Oh, too soon, too schmoon. Face it, honey, I am not letting you get away this time.
I hear you. But, unfortunately, my company is transferring me overseas. That's right, yes. I'm being transferred to Yemen.
When?
I don't know exactly.
Well, I will just have to soak up every ounce of Chandler Bing until that moment comes.
But I do know it's sometime tomorrow.
Janice refuses to leave Chandler and doesn't understand that he's trying to ditch her. It's weird how her genuine love and devotion for this man is being portrayed as if she's bothering him.
Chandler?
No.
Chandler!
Janice, there you are. There you are. I had to have one last kiss, and also you said you were gonna leave right after I got on the plane.
No, I want to see you take off.
Well, then I guess I'm going to Yemen.
Don't you just love sitcom shenanigans? Now, if you're familiar with Friends, you know that Chandler eventually ends up married to Monica, who was a part of his core friend group from the very beginning. And here's a hot take. Of the three women in the friend group, Monica is the most similar to Janice. They're both loud, dark-haired, high-maintenance women who are also deep down very sweet and affectionate. I don't think that's a coincidence. But even after Chandler gets with Monica, he finds himself running into Janice all the time. I'm telling you, it's the universe. And by the end of the series, Chandler is happily married to Monica, but Janice still believes that he is her soulmate and that they'll find each other once again.
I wish you a lifetime of happiness with him. Chandler, you call me when this goes in the pooper.
And you know what? I agree. My theory is that Monica and Chandler eventually broke up, and Chandler eventually made his way back to Janice, just like he always does. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe.